Hi everyone, my name is Autumn and I am a full-time missionary with a ministry called Circuit Riders, which is based here in California. For the last 4 years, I have been traveling around the world with teams hosting evangelistic events called Carry the Love. And this year, I was specifically assigned to go to Europe. In Denmark, we hosted a leadership training weekend for 65 leaders from around the country. We even had some local teenagers come from a boarding school. After the weekend, they stood up in their chapel and they commissioned their entire school to give their yes to Jesus in obedience. On top of that, other leaders were saying, I didn't think that evangelism would even work here, but I realized that people are so open to Jesus. This led to so many conversations about how they could continue to train people in evangelism to share the gospel in Denmark. In Germany, it is evident that God is awakening Christians. Right now, there's an initiative taking place to mobilize 1,000 Christians to share the gospel on the streets of Germany, and our team was a part of that. In fact, 1 out of 8 Europeans who hear the gospel receive salvation. So I'm not very good at math, but 1,000 people sharing the gospel in Germany, I believe is going to result in lots of salvation. Then in Sweden, we learned that Jesus is trending according to public polls, which means that nationwide, Swedes are curious about who Jesus is. We saw 300 people gather together in an outdoor venue, all worshiping publicly, which is super countercultural for Swedes who typically keep their faith to themselves. And as a result of this, the people that were walking by, people standing on their balconies, all heard the message of Jesus. 20 people on the spot gave their life to Jesus, including a Muslim woman. We also learned that Swedes are fearless and they're bold. They'll preach the gospel to whoever they see. One 15-year-old girl said, I don't care if I look dumb or if I look stupid. If it will change someone's life, then it's worth it. It is so clear that God is raising up young Swedes to reach the ready and ripe harvest. So collectively, over the last 6 months across 29 nations, over 30,000 people gathered, just over 6,000 decisions for Jesus. We saw over 200 physical healings, and we saw over 2,500 people trained to preach the gospel. God is moving in Gen Z, and you are a part of it. This was just the first 6 months of 2025. Who knows what God will do the rest of this year?